It's really difficult loading these cars when they are very low, but oh no! This is my Jaguar F-Type. As you can see, this one is beautiful. This is F-Type convertible. This is the one I'm not selling. This is one of my precious babies. We're taking it to the shop now. We want to decide within the Mustang, the Honda, and this one, which of them we are bringing the build to you first, okay? So the car is not starting because the last time I was driving it home, something happened and it just turned off. We had to tow it home. So it's gonna be a lot because we're gonna do mechanicals, interior, exterior. We're gonna turn this to one hell of a beautiful baby. So let's hit it. It's really difficult loading these cars when they are very low, but oh no! I said stop now. Somebody push. Yeah, but here it's locked here and it's spoiling the bumper. Please, push her back, go. Okay. You can go like this, it's okay. You want to send the car back? Okay. Wow, these F-Types are one hell of beautiful cars. Look at how that baby looks there. Okay. I think it's not fine enough. It's nice, but I want to make it nicer. And we're going to do it together. So we're going to give you one hell of a beautiful car. This build is going to be special. And I'm going to show you what is in here. Let's do it. All right, our baby is here at the shop, getting offloaded. And it's going to be all the way inside the garage. And then we'll start making this baby look nice. Okay? I'm excited to have this car here. I couldn't wait. I wanted it to be the third or fourth build, but it keep pushing me because I really want to see what it's going to look like so fast. And let's do this. Guys, we are about to start the build on this Jaguar F-Type. You all know this car is very beautiful and we are about to start the build right now. You can see the car is all dirty. We had a problem with this car and the issue is that after I got it, I was taking it home, I started hearing some squealing sounds. I parked and realized it was overheating. So we took it home and we found out oil was mixing with the water. But right now what we discovered is that it's like the gasket is burnt and needs replacement. It's gonna be fun working on this car. So first of all, there are things that are not very okay here that we need to put attention to. The bonnet needs some new hinges because it's not aligning properly the way it should. The windscreen is broken. We are definitely going to need a new one. The interior, we want to make a whole new interior for this car so that it looks very, very awesome. You see the tires are down. We need a new set of tires, maybe new set of wheels as well. This is one of the most beautiful sports cars ever made. It's very, very nice. I love it. And this one is the convertible. And I'm happy with the way the car is because aside from the issue we had with the engine, everything else is sitting in a good place. Also minus this one that is broken. Okay, so there's still small pieces we are missing from the convertible. When we convert it, we'll show you what is not there. So we need to get those. We are also updating the infotainment system and sound system on this vehicle. We want it up to date. We want to make sure this car is able to deliver what the models from 2023, 24, 25 has built into them. So we'll do a lot to make sure we are able to update this car, modify this car, customize this car, and make this car looking as badass as possible. So today we're starting the build. We can't wait, you know. When you love cars too much, you have a lot to do and you really want to start working on them, you can't wait. We still have work going on, but we are starting this build today. Everywhere is dusty. We are cleaning by force. We just have to start because we have to start, okay? So it's not good to work on dirty cars. Get it clean, work so that you have a clean mindset on getting the car running the way it should. So we roll it out now, wash it, push it back in. The jack is almost ready. We don't care. We're going to use it. It's 99% done, but we're going to use it to work on the car today. This is one of our engineers, Engineer Ebere. This guy specializes in Range Rover, Land Rover. He's a wizard. So today we're going to work with him to make sure we get this engine as perfect as it can be. Okay, we want a very, very strong, because this car we are really going to push it hard. You know, you don't pity the cars, we push them really hard. So he's here to make sure this job is done and this job is perfect and you have a beautiful car. So Mr. Ebere, I haven't explained everything to you about what's wrong with this car. How many days do you think it is going to take us to get this car running?
4 days, okay.
4 days. 4 days is not too much for you. No. With your power, I think 1.5. Okay, let's do this. Let's do this. Let's roll it out. They don't want me to push car. They are attacking me. Why? I know the human being. Today is a crazy day. We are all dirty. You can see. We are all dirty. We are dusty. We are cleaning. We are building the garage. We are building cars at the same time. So it's a dirty day. So it's a day for us to get dirty. So you see, we are dirty. So as you can see, this car looks good, but absolutely does need some work. I love these rims, but I don't think I'm gonna keep them, okay? They probably have to go to a different car. It's beautiful. You know, these cars come with different sizes in the back, different in the front, wide tires, wide rims behind, then slimmer ones in the front. But I want this car to look killer wicked. So because of that, I'm considering taking this out and making sure we put something that is gonna be extremely wild, crazy. Oh, so this is the engine that needs some work. I don't know why the gasket just had to go off. If at a point or the other the fan wasn't working while I was driving, I didn't know. But whatever it is, we're gonna figure it out. We're gonna make sure we get this strong engine stronger and working better, and then we move over to the rest of the build. Because there's a lot of things we want to do on this car. We're doing new bumpers. I want to add some aggressive spoilers. I want to change the bumper entirely because I saw some from some of the models of the Jaguar and they look crazy. So I'm going to try to identify what year had the kind of bumpers that I love and putting it here no matter how much it costs. And then we want to get this car looking as wicked as possible. So we're doing the same to the back. Anything we have to do to make this car be a serious head turner, we are going to definitely do to make sure the job is fine. We're trying to get this jack ready, this car lift. It don't enter. I'm not here now, and I go confused on what to do. Do you know what to do, mechanic? So, Do you know what to do, yes or no? Do you know what to do? I am going to put money. No. I will try knowing what to do, it's not the same. It's time to pull the Jaguar in and then start this build. Anticipate. Put it in. Okay, I'm gonna push her. See the time when this man use 4,800 patch. You don't, my brother, you don't hear the history. My brother, Nigerians, sorry. When I don't hear say they use 4,800 patch tire before. In any currency you like, put them inside. 4,008. Which me Which 4,800. That's what this man used to patch this tire. And the tire died within 24 hours. 24 hours. Return. It's okay. You don't chop up already. Try. The thing has kwakatam. Our bumper have kwakata. No, it's okay. No need to go front. Oh boy, just wakatam. The bonnet entirely. Because if you do that, you don't get enough space. Even you cannot take the engine from here. So we have to take it all out. Let's take it out. So we're about to start taking this car apart to find out what's actually wrong with the engine. First of all, you know, the way this bonnet opens is in a very odd position. With this position, you can't really do much. So what we want to do now is to take it out and then possibly take the bumper out, have enough space to bring this engine down, get it fixed, put it back, and then pray that we don't have to buy a new engine. My billionaire friend, say hello to our fans.
Hello, I'm with my billionaire brother.
Oh, for where? No, please. Make them look for carton for ground, I beg. Because of here. So, in case you have a car and you take out your hood, don't let anybody drop it and put these places on the ground. You understand? You're gonna pick dents here, or sometimes they get bent, which is it's gonna cost you serious money. So carefully put the yo one. This is a lot safer. This is the Type S engine, but it behaves like it has more than 500 horsepower. This car is crazy. I don't know how it feels that way, but it's nice. But I'm just, well, I don't know. I'm a king in detecting faults early, especially when I'm driving the car, but this one I didn't understand how. Maybe fine, just stop as I sing the exhaust, they go. My brother, at the press arm. It's simple now. Now it's time to start taking out all the parts and all the bits and pieces surrounding this engine so that we can have access to start bringing it down. We need to find a way to find out the genesis of that overheating. Whether I should check whether any pipe gets, you understand?
I got
Now we are starting to take out everything there is that is blocking our way from accessing this engine and bringing it down. First, we have to take out the AC condenser, the radiator, all the pipe and all the hoses, air hoses, water lines surrounding the engine from all angles. Everything has to be taken down to be able to access all the bolts that is connecting this engine to the gearbox, to the engine seats, and be able to bring it down. So now radiator is down. We now have a big vacuum, enough space to be able to access everything that is located in this front end of the engine, the pulleys, the belts, and so on. After that, we move over to taking out all the wiring. You know, it's very complex. These are things you need to really study how they come out and how they go in to ensure there are no mistakes whatsoever. So we're gonna carefully take out all the wires, take out all the injectors, take out the coil, the fuel lines, and so on. When you look here, you will notice we have red colors in this hood area. That means this car must have been red before I got it, or before the person I got it from changed it to black. So we're gonna take our time. When the engine goes down, assess this whole area, get them repainted properly and professionally before we reinstall the engine back. We always have visitors at the office, people who love cars. I have a friend coming to see what we're doing. I took my time to explain to him what the build is about, and then we proceed. Normally, this is not a very easy process, especially when you want to do it and do it right. So you see, Ebere is taking his time to take out all the wires. And then it got to that time where we need to put in some rope, bring in the lift, and then try to shift the engine a bit to have access to all the bolts connecting to the gearbox. Because at this point, we already took out every other thing that is surrounding the engine. And then it was time to separate the engine from the gearbox, which is a very, very complex situation. But at this time, you know, we are prepared and we're gonna do it, and we're gonna do it right. After taking out all the bolts connecting the gearbox to the engine, the biggest problem is being able to access the bolts which is holding the torque converter, because in this engine you need a space from the front. You turn the flywheel to a particular position which allows you a hole to pass through a long spanner to be able to loose the bolts that will enable you detach the converter from the engine before you can separate the gearbox completely. So this process is critical. That is why we're using this mirror here to be able to pass through to see when we get the right hole. So doing this, you need to find something to turn the pulley in front, which is turning the crankshaft, and it's going to keep turning until you use your lights to check and then see that you have the accurate space to put the spanner and then loose the bolt. So we just managed to pull the gearbox aside from the engine. It's a difficult one based on the tight corners of the bolts, and to loose the converter is also another trick, but it's done. It's coming down. It's coming down soon. Hopefully, the next 5 or 10 minutes, we should have this engine down on the floor and we'll start to scatter them. I say we go scatter the engine, we go scatter them. Now we are getting really close to the moment of truth, and that is the moment we want to see this engine on the ground. But before we do that, we need to detach the gearbox from the engine. Okay, the stubborn gearbox is finally out of the way. There was a key. You know, when you socket the gearbox and the engine together, there is a key that keys in all the both holes in position. That was difficult to separate, but it's out now. The almighty engine, the heart. See, this is the boom boom inside the car. It's coming out, okay? I don't know. Have you guys noticed that car engines are actually shaped the same shape of hearts, even though they are also hearts in the cars? Wow, wow. It's always beautiful to see these things when they're out of the car, especially when you know the car is powerful, you enjoy driving it, and then you are looking at the heart that powers the beauty and the fun you have. It's a nice thing to look at, okay? And it's also a nice thing to work on, because definitely we're going to pieces the heart, get it fixed, put it back together, put it in the engine and let it fire on, and then still give you the drive that you enjoy. So come and see, guys. You see, this engine is still very, very clean. Look at here. Okay, very, very clean. So I wonder what happened, and we had to lose the top gasket. What are they there? That's because of the one from the piston. Okay, so it's good to have it finally down. Woo! Nepa, don't worry, we'll engine. Okay, so we need a tire or something. What should we go put for down? This really feels good looking at this engine now that it's out from the car. First, we have to take out all the liquid from the car. Coolant is already out, so now we drain out all the engine oil. We want to make sure the engine is empty before we start taking things apart. This is now the time to start tearing this engine into pieces, just as the same way we have torn the whole hood area into pieces, as you can see. So it's beautiful to see this thing so ugly and finally to see it coming back to become very beautiful. Let's scatter it further. Victor starts with taking out all the bolts that's holding the supercharger cover. There are lots of them, so he's taking his time to make sure he doesn't worn them out, he doesn't click any of the bolts, that everything comes out successfully and as it should. The weather was so hot, I had to cool off with a bottle of cold beer. And after that, I started helping with taking out all the bolts that is holding the valve covers. All hands are now on deck to ensure this process is quicker. And surprisingly, we discovered some wicked rats have shown us shaggy.
Yeah, not sensor.
Guys, you can imagine this is what a very wicked rat did to my wires. Okay, this rat, get mine, see, he chopped the cable, chop and cut one, cut two. Chop the cover, chop the solo tape, chop the seal, chop everything, knit the cable, chop and cut this one into two. And these are the knock sensor wires. This rat, if I catch him, I go chop him. I go chop rats. I go chop rats that day. Finally, we managed to get the supercharger cover out of the way, and then we can access the main bolts holding the supercharger. This is what the supercharger cover and the intercoolers look like. This build is going great. Now we are taking the main superchargers out. We have to take out all the main bolts holding them from various parts of the engine. And finally, the main supercharger is out, and it really feels so good where we've gotten with this build so far. The almighty supercharger is out. It's here. It's okay. Now, if not only carry, we don't go worry.
Now this one I will go.
Kai, come and see. This rat is still busy eating more wires. See. We chop this one from here. That's why you're supposed to go in here. Don't chop it to the worm. See, he even left it here. Wow. Nah, this is why you know good to pack up for long go. If you did, fire them small. One wicked rat go just do your house. They chop them every day, they go, you know go no. Right, too much water in the pistons. Oh, it's already. Oh, see, water is spilling out. I quickly started removing the bolts from the other side of the valve covers because right now, seeing water spilling out from the pistons, we couldn't wait to see what the inside of this engine looks like. Barry is busy taking out all the pulley from the front of the engine to give us access to remove the timing chain cover and other accessories. Before removing the top cylinder heads, we took out the valve cover on one of the sides, and now we can see the camshaft. And then we move over to the other side and take out the valve cover as well, revealing the camshaft on the bank too. This gives us access to all the bolts holding the top cylinder together with the engine block. Without this tool here to pull out the crankshaft head, it's a hell of work to do. Since we had the right tool, we managed to pull out everything blocking the way, and now we can see the timing chain tensioner area completely. We proceed with taking out all the bolts holding the top cylinder against the engine block, and finally we were able to get one of the top cylinders out. Surprisingly, this is what we found. Wow, a lot of water sitting on top of the pistons, as you can see. This is incredible. Surprisingly, there are no rusts here yet because, the combustion area is airtight. So because there's no air going into there, the water was not able to create damaging rust for us within this engine. So since the top cylinder is down and the water is out, there's no more pressure stopping this engine from turning. And as you can see, we've managed to turn it for the first time, and that makes us happy. We move over to taking out the second top cylinder from the other side. And then you can see that what used to be a very big engine is now a very, very small device, okay? So who would imagine that this small part of the engine that you're looking at here, which is called the engine block, this is where the pistons, the crankshaft, the current rods, the metals are found inside. So this is actually the main engine. So when you say an engine is good or bad, this is what we're talking about. Every other component you've seen us take out and put aside are all part of the things that makes this engine work the way it's supposed to. Since the combustion chamber is now open and there is air all over the place, so we want to make sure there is no rust before we come in the morning. There no sign of rust, Abi.
If you leave this sleeve without oil, you go tomorrow morning now, you'll see the rust. Maybe I told you I look at me now. Now air don't touch am. That time, that place is airtight. Yeah. That's the combustion chamber. It's airtight.
So we're putting oil on top of all the pistons to roll it and make sure we kill all the water to keep this engine fresh tomorrow by the time we continue this build. Look at an engine block like this. Some of the pathways here are meant for oil to pass and the other ones are for water to pass. They don't have to mix up with each other. So when the gasket is not there, if it's torn or if it's blown or if it's very bad, it allows water to pass through where oil is supposed to go and allow oil to pass through where water is supposed to go. This explains why we had engine oil mixed with the coolant, and also why coolant found its way on top of the pistons, which made the engine to stall. This explains why the engine could not turn at all, which brought about our fear of whether the engine was dead, blown or not. But having torn the engine apart, inspected everything, taken all the water out, turned it over and over again, we are now confident that everything might be very okay with the engine, but still we have to do further checks to make sure that everything is fine. Look at all the many components that we've taken out from this engine, from the supercharger to the top cylinders to all the pieces and bits and plastics and rubbers and rollers and so on that came out from this engine. All this we have to put back together as soon as we're able to open the engine block and ensure that coolant didn't somehow find its way into the metals or the crankshaft and create some damages. Once we're sure this is good, then we know we are good. We put this all together, get this engine running, and then we can continue with the rest of the build. Next thing you want to do if you have a car with an overheating issue like this that affected the head gasket is that you must take the valve to the machine shop and get it grinded, and also take the cylinder heads to the machine shop and get them resurfaced. This is a must if you really want to make sure you get the car working and running as fine as it should. We're going to take you all through the process, make sure you see how all this is going to be done, and then we put this engine together and see how all this plays out. But the $1 million question remains: after scattering this engine like this, taking out all the parts, wires, rubbers, plastics, everything, and having wires and parts scattered all over the floor and all over the tables. Are we going to be able to put them together properly or even get this engine to ever start again? There's only one way to find out, and that is in the next episode. So don't forget to subscribe and follow so that you don't miss any part of this build. See you on the next one. Peace out.